Hello, folks. It has been a hot minute, as they say over in America. It has been a while. I can only sincerely apologise for that, but honestly, life has been chaotic, just mental. So much has happened. There's so much to catch you up on. I'm in the van right now because I'm just literally getting ready to go away in it. Like, I've got tools down here. I've got like wood for burning because we're doing a self build get together, like off the Facebook group. Off the Facebook group, that's terrible. It's a Facebook group called Self Build Get Together, where people have built their own vans or are in the process of building their own vans. We all come together, and those of us that have sort of finished or like got it to the point where we don't need to work on it so much anymore, help other people that are still building. So the people that don't quite have maybe the talent in certain areas to actually get things done, we all come together and we help each other. It's a lovely atmosphere. Honestly, go and join the Facebook group. It's fantastic. So many helpful people. As you guys know, my van is not finished. I don't know that the van's ever finished, but mine's certainly not finished. But I'm not working on it at the moment, which might be a disappointment to those of you that are here for me working on the van. But at the moment, I'm just not working on it. It's just at a point where it's usable. It's October now. I haven't slept in it since like Easter, I think. It was like March, April time. Just haven't used the van much at all this year, just for one reason or another. And each time I plan to go away and something's happened, and I haven't. So let me just take you through what's been going on here. So this is my Caddy. It's you can see it. It's a 2013 Volkswagen Caddy, short wheelbase, really nice. This is going to be sold. I've had it coming up for 5 years now. Really enjoyed it, love it to bits, but honestly, it's time to move on. I've just replaced the gearbox in it because third gear was kind of jumping out. It was whining. It was just it just needed to be swapped, so that the new owner has a good gearbox. I can sell it with good conscience, and someone's going to have a great vehicle. Like I've done so much to this. I've replaced the suspension. I've replaced the injectors, like bushes, the gearbox, done loads of stuff inside. It's a really quality vehicle. So at some point that's going to be sold. I just need to get it through an MOT on Monday and replace the brake discs. The front brake disc needs replacing, and a neutral position sensor. Since my last video with you guys, that's my wife's Golf. Reason that's not on the driveway, it's because I since last done a video, I've bought myself a Phaeton, which is why the Caddy's going. And for those of you that don't know what this is, it's a Bentley with a Volkswagen badge on it. It's a really high-end luxury car, and I paid pretty much nothing for it. So I'm really pleased with this purchase. It's a proper nice bit of kit, but it did come with a few issues. So I plugged it in when I got home to my laptop, where I've got diagnostic equipment, and there was quite a lot of fault codes came up. So, but I knew going into it, I knew that I was going to get some issues. So I've had all of the scuttle apart because the air conditioning, there's a recirculation flat motor in that was not working and stopping the vehicle from actually getting cold inside during the summer. Basically, it wasn't like two flaps were closed, and it basically put the blower motor into an airtight container, so it wouldn't actually blow any air through to the cabin. The interior is lovely, honestly. The seats are so comfortable. It's on air ride out of the factory. It has air suspension. The windows are double glazed. It's a really properly nice float along car. I've always wanted to be a boat captain. Now I am, because I own this land yacht. So inside is lovely. It's so quiet. It just eats the miles. It eats diesel as well. Being the 3-litre V6, it's pretty expensive to run. So I'm not going to be running that across Europe or anything, because it's pretty expensive. But the boot the boot capacity is cavernous as well. It's and it's got so many toys on it. Everything's electric. It also means there's a lot more to go wrong with it. Got some suspension components to swap out at the front because there's knocking noises as I go over bumps, but again, that's a common fault. The parts are commonly available, so I've got the parts. I just need the time to get it done. In the garage is my Beetle. That's the gearbox there that came out the caddy. The garage is an absolute mess, so I apologise. I have to step over stuff. But for those of you that have been watching the Beetle series, the engine is currently in this sort of state. It's got a temporary fuel tank ready to be wired into plumbed. It's plumbed into the fuel pump, so it's ready for that to have a bit of fuel put in it. The carburetor's on. I just need to do the wiring. And the reason I'm hesitating on doing the wiring is because I've got this box which is going to be like a second dashboard that I can have outside of the car. So I'll be able to like start it, stop it, all the things, see all the gauges. I've got this is a air fuel mix ratio gauge which goes into the there's a probe that goes into the exhaust, so you can measure the exhaust gases in real time, which will allow me to tune this thing up properly and get it running really nice. So yeah, life has been a bit chaotic, really. I've got to finish packing the van. I've got to finish packing me. I've got to get my clothes. I've got to get the stuff for the dog because Ushka's coming with us. Yeah, it's just, and I meant to have left about an hour ago. So I mean, there's no time limit when to get there, but I'd just like to get there when it's nice and light and get a good spot, and just get to enjoy myself for the weekend. Also, there's been a couple of developments over the summer. Man, I'm frazzled. Part of the problem I've had with not doing videos is I just haven't been well enough. I suffer so much with ulcerative colitis. It just comes in waves, and I just get so fatigued. And I know I'm not well enough to do stuff like this. So I know when I'm feeling better is because I can pick up the camera in amongst doing all of these projects. So I do feel like I'm on an upswing at the moment. No doubt at some point that'll turn into a downswing. Over the summer, what caused a bit of a downswing was back in August. My mum became very unwell, and I ended up spending pretty much 28 days on the other side of the country. So I live in Devon, my mum lives in Essex. I spent pretty much 28 days over in Essex looking after my mum. Well, not looking after her, but just like supporting her and just helping her with bits and pieces. And 9 of those days were actually spent visiting her in hospital because she was really that unwell. And yeah, that I think that really had an impact on me and my colitis, and just actually how I could function as a human. So I had to put all of my energy into her. My life, I put my life on pause. Absolutely, I'm not looking for like a hero badge here or anything. It's just that was what was needed, and that is what I did. So, she's on the mend now. A couple of months on, I wouldn't say she's better. She's not 100%, but she's still sort of she's coming along nicely. So yeah, still going to the hospital regularly for checkups and tests and all this sort of stuff. So gone into darkness. So yeah, that's kind of what's been going on. That's what's been delaying me in doing things like this, because this is, as I've always said, this is a hobby for me. I have to focus on work, I have to focus on family, I have to focus on only a certain number of things because I can't film everything. That's not how my life works. So I do appreciate you guys bearing with me on that. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe. As you can see, I've got plenty going on. Now that I'm starting to feel better, I will try and get back on with filming. I'm certainly going to be getting on with filming the Beetle and getting that up and running this, I was going to say summer, but we're into autumn now, but certainly in 2024 I'd like to see that thing running, because that was one of my goals for this year, and honestly I really want it to work again. In my next video I'm going to be announcing a collaboration between me and a parts supplier here in the UK. So they've actually given me a discount code. I'm not going to go into that now, but when I do my next Beetle video, that will certainly be for me, that'll be a highlight for announcing that code, because it's a big step forward for me. and I'm incredibly grateful to the guys over at that company. So if you're watching this, you know who you are. So yes, the Beetle, I'm hoping before Christmas I'm going to get that up and running. And then the Crafter, unfortunately, it's just going to stay with a bit, it's just going to stay a bit unloved for the rest of the year. There's still plenty to do in there. I need to replace the kitchen. I need to fix the water heater. There's plenty to do still in there. So apologies if you can hear the road, by the way. I don't have any control over that. So yeah, it's just life. Just life is just kicking butt at the moment. So yeah, it's just I don't know what more to say really, other than I need to get this place sorted out because I'm stepping over stuff every time I walk in here, and all the shelves need tidying up, and I've got bags hanging off of stuff, and it's just there's never enough hours in the day really. And when I do have hours in the day, I don't have the energy to do it. So let me know if you want to see anything on the Phaeton, if that's something that interests you. I've got the suspension components to do. The parking system has just given itself an error. I think it's probably a front parking sensor is giving an implausible signal, so that's causing the system to fail out. I've just got bits and pieces to do. There's bodywork issues on that. I've never done bodywork before, when I have tried to do bodywork before, it didn't go very well at all. So we might be learning together on that one, but maybe you can learn from my mistakes. So yeah, it's let me know if you want to see some stuff on the Phaeton, because I've had like all the dash apart previously, because I've replaced the motor in there for one of the little covers that comes down over the vents. I've had all that apart already. I've got to have the front dash apart to replace one of the parking display control displays on the near side, because again the little green LED has crapped out on that one. And I've got like height level sensors to replace on the front, because again I'm getting a ride height fault. So that'll get done when the control arms get done on the front. So there's plenty to do. So let me know if that's something that interests you, and I can try and get the cameras out and try and make something interesting out of it, which may or may not be the case, whether it's interesting or not. But I can certainly make a video out of it. So yeah, I think that's where I'm going to leave this one. It's just kind of a bit of an update on what's going on, what's coming up, what's just what's been happening, what's the reason for the delay between this and my last video, which was probably I don't know 3 months ago or something now, when I was working on the Beetle. Let me know what you think of the format as well, because I'm using this computer over here to basically put in 4 camera angles at once, and I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't know how I feel about it. It's certainly easier from my point of view just to have 4 cameras running and just being recorded into one thing, but it means that I don't have 4 individual files to be able to change the view. You just kind of get like a CCTV view. And let me know what you think of that. If you've watched some of the Beetle series, let me know, because I'd be interested on feedback. Otherwise, I can try and do something different. But also, I am trying to do the Beetle all in like real time without cuts. Obviously, sped up like 8 speed, so you guys don't have to sit there for hours watching me just bugger about with one nut. But yeah, it's certainly easier for me to combine it into one stream and then just speed up one video. But yeah, let me know if you like it. If you don't, I can try something else. If you do, let me know, because it's nice to have a bit of affirmation that actually that is something that's good, and it's nice to see things from different angles all at the same time, all synced. So anyway, like I say, I'm going to leave this one here. If you haven't already, please do hit that subscribe button. It really would mean a lot to me. And hopefully next year I can hit my goal of 1,000 subscribers on here, but I can't expect that if I'm not putting out content, because it's just not fair. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. If you've got this far, I really appreciate you, and you'll see me in the next video. Goodbye.